Today's the day we're actually starting something new in the fire department. The trial of these SUVs on EMS calls. We are a very proud department of our history and our culture, but that aside, we are also very progressive in our thoughts. That's what I've seen. So I think we have the combination of both. It's important to have history and culture. We rely on that as a fire organization, but we also have really creative minds.
The rollout of these SUVs is critical and crucial and well overdue for our community. What these two SUVs will do to the system is really incredible if you look at station reliability and how quick they're able to respond to calls.
These are a standard set of medical equipment that we have. We have our ALS interventions, so we have all our medicines that you'd see on an engine or a fire truck in our ALS kits. We also have the typical life packs for any kind of heart, priority 1, emergent calls. We have our airway, which we're trying some different configurations, trying to downsize since we're in a smaller vehicle. So we have lighter weight air bottles and just a smaller compact of all the tools necessary that we need. We also have our backboard like you'd have on engines and fire trucks, which is collapsible, i.e. to fit in the SUV here. And we have anything from ALS, BLS to major trauma, medical, or just assists that we would go on, which is on a typical day, priority 1 through 5 calls. That's where our calls would actually show up, so we get the address as well as what priority is, whether we're going code, so light and sirens, if it's emergency, non-emergency, so we know how to respond. And it shows up with our map, where we're going, location. We're able to communicate with the other rigs, the other AMR units, and be able to communicate and see who's going to get there first.
Sending an ambulance only to low priority calls, and we call those non-emergent calls, which we've been working with our private ambulance company to enable. The second strategy was to reduce our service levels in terms of sending a fire engine or a fire truck to emergent calls, those priority 3 and 4 calls. And so what you see behind us is some SUV type vehicles that will be responding to those calls now with a paramedic and an EMT on them versus a full fire company.
We're going to be sharing a lot of our data. We're going to be trying to create efficiencies around what they're now doing. We have a pretty dynamic system status that has most of our ALS medic units in and around the area, constantly in motion, constantly responding and then reconfiguring based on what we have as being demand data. That's now going to incorporate with what they're producing in that quick response vehicle data.